How do you knock on a tent? The final Friends Forever comic of the year, issue number 23, pairs up Fluttershy with Best Pony. And you guys know that I'm down for any story that stars Best Pony. But even though Best Pony doesn't have as pristine of a track record as Second Best Pony, I still remain somewhat optimistic when walking into a story where she's one of the central characters. In this month's issue, Applejack and Fluttershy's pleasant camping trip is interrupted by a crowd of ponies searching for the fabled Pegasus. When they find out that the creature is in fact real, they do what they can to get rid of the catcher so they can not only protect the Pegasus, but more importantly, get back to their vacation. So what's good? I really enjoyed seeing AJ and Flutters working together here. It's a dynamic that we don't really get to see very often, the only other major example being Bats, and in that episode they were on opposing sides. Here we have them truly working together. While the main conflict does skew towards AJ a little, you still get the sense that Fluttershy is still a part of the story, and she even comes through in the clutch at the end. It's a pretty good role reversal. In stories where one character is held back by a personality flaw and another friend has to cover their tail, Fluttershy normally takes the former role while AJ would normally take the latter, so in that respect, I can give the story credit for switching things up. Also, AJ does not approve of this ship. Libon is now a trash ship. So says Best Pony. So what's not so good? Applejack doesn't like lying. We all know that. It goes against her moral code and she prefers not to do it. This comic, however, implies that AJ is physically incapable of lying. On top of that, this incapability is because of the fact that she's an element of honesty, as if it somehow stops her from lying. Ignoring the fact that this flat out isn't the case since AJ has lied to ponies' faces on more than one occasion, why would her element of harmony matter? Those things were retired in season 4. They hold almost no relevance now. They made a whole point of saying that the elements aren't all that the main 6 are, and that they are more than that. Again, we know that AJ is against lying, not because she literally can't, but because she has a firm belief in being honest, regardless of circumstance. So why couldn't that be her reason for not lying? There really wasn't any reason for her element to come into play here, and the story used it as a half-baked reason to explain AJ's actions when there was already a much better reason for the story to use. The ending also felt a little rushed. It's one of those endings where you expect for there to be a page or two more before the last panel, but then it just ends. Feels a little bit awkward. I mean, we're just hit with the fact that Nosy had this whole scheme for the Pegasus and trying to get a scoop out of it by faking a photograph. Not sure what the end goal was there, but yeah, it was a pretty rushed ending. Friends Forever 23 was an okay comic. It does what it needs to do well enough, but there's a lot holding it back from reaching past that okay level. Our first Friends Forever of 2016 will feature Rarity and Gilda. It seems this series likes to kick off New Year's with interesting pairings, both involving Rarity. But hey, you're not gonna hear me complaining about it. So what did you think of Friends Forever 23? Let me know in the comments below or hit me up on social media, and consider supporting me on Patreon or commissioning me for art via PayPal. Until next time, keep it sketchy, folks.